the long term. And after that, we went out for inspection to see certain projects that were awarded before us and have been abandoned probably due to one reason or the other. We know we visited quite a number of the bigger projects. We went to Sardin and some other that may not be able to remember. First of all, on the metro line, those of you who had what the president said yesterday, he did give a marching order that he wants to ride on the metro line. So it's a key project that we must have. We also found out that residents has complained about abandonment of projects of road infrastructure. One basic thing that people understand that make a city is the network. We're handling the issue of sanitation. We're handling the issue of street light. We're also handling the issue of shanties and the rest of them. But the roads are very, and so trying to see how we can have strategies, structural funding, so that we don't have problems of completion. So we are determined, seriously, to make sure every cotton goes back to site. Not just going back to site, direct supervision from my office and the office of state. Those of you who worked with me, and you know my Minister of State from Kano, she worked with the former governor, who is now the chairman of All Progressive Congress. Our track record shows the major problem we've had, or we're having this kind of supervision. The lack of supervision. We're not going to tolerate anything below standard. If there are people I've been working with who have a compromised standard, too bad. But it's not with me. Too bad. I'm not going to accept anything that be standard. In fact, for me, Abuja is easy to do construction here than to do construction in my state. And the rest still have wetland. This is very difficult. So we're going to show how we're going to fund you. Every contractor will go back to site and do work. I don't hear, oh, this happened and this didn't happen. Ordinarily, I would have gone back to the balance of those performance. But I felt that I don't need to go by level forward. See what we can attain or achieve. I've agreed with my Honorable Minister of State. I've told the management must restructure the way projects are funded. We must not fund projects ending only on the national. We must also fund projects also throughout our generated revenue. It will not be palatable with everybody. I will want to achieve results. I will not be a part to give us contracts, and then there are no money to fund. We prefer, if we're not only 3 contracts, let it be 3 contracts. And then we're able to achieve, not award 20, because at the end of the day, I've not achieved anyone. It doesn't make sense. So even the resurfacing of it, I've said, I'm not going to let it. We're going to fund. We're going to fund you, give you your money. You go to site there, you will test. Time with which the project will be finished, because I'm going to attach funds to it. If we agree 3 months, it's 3 months. If I agree 6 months, it's 6 months. I hear no excuse at all, because I know that we're not going to owe. Yes, we're not going to owe. Luckily today, even the national projects that depend on national budgeting, we agree that the federal government will increase the funding. But we're not going to just depend. We're going to tie every project, whether national project or our own local projects, we have to tie it to also of our IGR. It's like so that we know that we will achieve funds for the city. I hate project left, right, and the center. This is what is supposed to help to create more employment. When you are not working, staffs are sacked. And that is also a problem for the country. But when you are working, people are employed. That reduces the level of unemployment. So I'll seek for your cooperation. We'll be very brief, company by company, very brief, and tell you what we intend to do. So, gentlemen of the press, we fair to let you know, we are flagging off which zone is that, where you have the roads to be reconstructed for the surface. Which road? Which area is that?
In the key one and the Wuse one district mostly, but there are a couple of spots in Jama.
So the major thing is Gariki 1
and Wuse 1.
Wuse 1.
Yes.
And some part of Maitama. So what happens to Asokoro?
We are now constituting it as our second
phase.
Yes. Okay. You have instructed.
Because you know that Asokoro is where you have mostly the government agencies and the rest of it, embassies and rest. So, and it's very past there anytime it rains. So you have to do all you can to give it a facelift. So I believe in the next 2 weeks you will get so that we can start the procurement process and then move on to the next thing. So, gentlemen of the press, I sincerely thank you. This is what we have for you for now.
Let's talk on 95.1
Nigeria Info
Abuja.
All right, you've had the City Minister right there, Nyesom Wike, stating that land supervision has gone on to delay development and completion of certain projects that have seemingly been abandoned. And right now, he'll be accepting no excuses from contractors to ensure that moving forward, they should give a timeline for project completion because they'll be funded by it now. So for starters, they're looking at resurfacing Gariki 1, that's roads in Gariki 1, Wuse 1, and some parts of Maitama. And in the second phase, this would involve Asokoro, other parts of the FC, but also not depending solely on government funding, but they also have to ensure that internally generated revenue, which might affect some people, would be a way for the government to raise funding to complete some projects in the FCT. And the question to you is, what areas do you think should also be focused on in terms of projects that have been abandoned? Like to see completion in good time, and your general thoughts on the speech given by the FCT Minister. 0700 951 0000 08095974869. Those are the numbers to call to share your thoughts. We're live on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja, so you can join the conversation there as well and also share your thoughts. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother Itodo.
Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Moses Watchful.
Welcome, Moses.
Hello?
I hear you, Moses. Go ahead, please.
I wish you happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Thank you.
Yeah. You know, we would have given the meaning of power. You know this?
Why?
Because it's a man of his word. He is my brother. My brother is Nikore. I did Nikore. I know him very well. I know what to do and what he cannot do. Whatever he say he will do, that's what he will do. The people did not threaten anybody just for free. Threaten you, they will come for the threatening that they give to you.
Do you think threatening is the right word?
What I'm saying now, what I'm saying now, we would have given the Minister of Power,
Okay.
or Minister of Petroleum. Understand me? Not Minister of FCT. Because if he's given Minister of Power, but God, I tell you, Nigeria would have been moving forward.
Well, right now, Obidi Moses, he's the minister of the FCT, so that's already in place. What are your thoughts on some of the statements and suggestions that he gave while he was addressing some developers?
That's what I'm trying to say, my brother. He would have been given Minister of Power or Minister of Finance.
All right.
We would have fixed our refinery in 6 months. I'm telling you the truth. We would have fixed our power in 6 months. I'm telling you the truth. The name of FCT, but not city.
All right.
So, that's illegal. If you know what to do now, don't bring Wike to FCT to win the election for you for the run.
All right, Moses, thank you for sharing your thoughts right there. Sir Umar J on Facebook. Good morning. Wike is making a great move. Good morning, Terry Ishiton watching from Warri, as well as Iben Abature. Iben watching live. Thank you for joining the conversation. We'll go on a break right now. When we come back, more of your thoughts and read your reactions on WhatsApp.
My name is Elder Emma Okoro. I'm interested in rebuilding my nation, and so I have to join the beginning of cleaning of the environment. The Gariki environment here is totally filthy, unhealthy for our people. So when Mayor Fortune decided that Abuja should come out, I decided to join because it's for the good of our people, our children, our wives, our families. That's why I'm part of this group, so that I'll be part of those who have started the journey to rebuild Nigeria.
In case you are wondering, well, my name is Fortune. I'm the mayor of the FCT, and I'm excited about this initiative. I believe it's going to be a big one. This is the first of many who are coming to your area very soon. So we expect you to come out. We expect you to put your hand on the plow. It's high time we stop complaining. Let's get something done. If the government is refusing to do it, or they are overwhelmed because they can't do everything, let's do what we can do, and then we'll hold them accountable for the rest. I think that's what this is about. It's not about politics, not about anybody. It's about people coming out to do what they believe they can do to help their society and the environment at large. That's the thrust for us, and that is why we are here. I'm excited, and I thank you for joining us. Thank you so much.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
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 is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
At Nigeria Info, Abuja, you can join the conversation live. Good morning. Are you there? Welcome.
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
Good morning. What's your name?
My name is Ame.
Welcome, Ame.
Yeah, so I think we are talking brilliantly, but only problem is I think the focus is more on the eyebrow areas that where the issue really is. So I think it will be better from from the bottom than to the top, because that will ease a lot of stress on the people who are really facing the issues. Asokoro is not really much of a big issue. So that's just what I think.
Okay.
Wiki spoke brilliant well. Like having completed, ensuring that projects are completed, but it's just, I believe it should be from down to top, not from top to down.
So, Ame, way down to top or bottom to top, what locations are you exactly looking at?
There are areas that need to be opened. Like you see those Karimu, and there's just some areas that they worked on, like roads there are still tiny, there's still traffic, a lot of people can't, like those women that go to the market like those days they have their market days, they go to the market, they are stuck on traffic because the roads are like, do you understand?
Yeah.
So I feel for it to be more beneficial to people who really need it, for them to ease their stress, not staying in the bed for a long time, getting stuck in a hold up or traffic, getting stuck in traffic. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just my point. I believe we can work apart.
We have reservations.
They just take the approach.
Okay. All right, Ahmed. Yeah. Thank you for sharing your thoughts this morning. And Jonathan Megang on Facebook says, I think we can make Abuja clean and great, but should forget about demolitions for now. If not, Nigerians remind him that what? Abuja is not FCT? What does that mean? Okay, well, I need clarification on that one. Megang. Good morning. Welcome.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
Welcome.
Hello, the number one on air celebrity personality of the world, Mr. Itodo. Good morning.
Good morning, welcome.
I'm very, very happy. I'm very happy that at last we've gotten somebody that will give us the FCT of our dream. But like everybody has been yarning, the aspect of the demolition, honestly, even me, I'm not happy about that one. I don't want that one. You concentrate like I've been shouting on my voice. The roads in Kubwa, all the road networks in Kubwa, honestly, we need total hauling. And you were talking about the traffic light the other time before this time.
Yeah.
They should put people that will enforce the obey of that traffic light. You understand? There must be penalty, because we need, in fact, that's why I'm happy. We have a strong-headed minister, the way we get strong-headed resident in the city. Everybody who don't want to obey the law. Please, Honorable Minister, let you be the first minister that will enforce that law. Anybody that, in fact, if it means confiscating car, they should confiscate it so that it will serve them others. All those people that are one-way users, man, it will immediately cross red bricks, brick city. If you are not careful, you will run into a serious problem. People will be coming on one way, and if you dare say anything, they will insult the hell of you. So we have become used to doing the wrong thing to the extent that if you want to do the right thing, you that you are doing the wrong thing will think you are doing that is right. And the person that is doing the right thing will be thinking, I've been a me, they do the wrong thing. You understand?
Yeah.
Because it's becoming in. So, Honorable Minister, if there's task force that will be attached to every traffic, anybody that beat it, give in mind that he will never forget in his life. Maybe 100,000, maybe 200,000. So that at least we'll be those traffic lights.
So what happens?
You on your side, make sure they...
What happens if they cannot pay for it? I mean, you're saying 100,000 is a good enough...
If they cannot pay for it, they auction their cars and give them the change.
Okay.
Any country that does not obey law will never go forward, my brother. Yes, thank you very much. It
All
has
right.
to be hard way and the only way. Thank you, sir.
Abubakar, thank you for sharing your thoughts on that. He feels like a fine is a good measure that would let Abuja residents, those who are disobedient to certain laws and rules, pay more attention and do the right thing. I mean, it takes you a few seconds to do the right thing as opposed to endangering your life and lives of other road users. One way, except in situations where the other lane is not good enough and then an official advises you to use the one-way lane. That's okay. But in the instance they're doing that to just get into a shortcut or not go the whole length, that's unfair on yourself and other road users as well. Good morning.
Hello.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Your voice is on. Can you move away from me, please?
No, turn it down.
Thank you. What's your name?
My name is Sunday. I'm from Slayer.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me clear?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. I just come on board, but I get the topic, what the topic is all about. So, sorry to say, I think disobedience to the traffic law is not a major problem. Anyway, it is good to obey this law.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very good to obey traffic law. Because if it happens, it doesn't happen to the government. It happens to you and I that own car. For example, if any crashes happen at that traffic place, will not have anybody to blame. You have to blame yourself.
Okay, but before you go on, we don't deviate from the conversation. We're talking about abandoned projects, and earlier we listened to the minister talk about certain locations that will be getting a bit of facelift before they move on to a second phase. So places like Gariki 1, Wuse 1, parts of Maitama will get a bit of resurfacing while they determine locations to fix. And my question was, where do you think he should focus on in terms of abandoned projects to ensure that everybody gets a feel of what is to come?
So, sorry.
My question is, what areas in the city do you feel should be focused on in terms of abandoned projects? Because residents have complained about abandoned projects in the FCT, right? And the minister is looking to fix some of these areas in good time. So my question is, where do you think he should focus more on in terms of abandoned projects?
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the list of the abandoned projects?
I don't have a list for you right now. I'm asking you, which have you noticed over time?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you're talking generally.
Yes.
Okay. Well, the list of abandoned projects, if you ask me, I just want to generalize in the area of what I know. Sometimes I think the government that had passed my house for abandoned projects. So first of all, the issue of the inhabitants of Abuja. Because I know some of them, because I used to hear on radio that the original inhabitants of Abuja were not inclusive, and the government strategy, the Ministry of Abuja appointment or strategic, policy. So I want them to be inclusive.
No, well, we have a minister from the FCT who was appointed. There's an indigent from the FCT who was appointed in this cabinet.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
What you just said?
Said there is an indigent of the FCT who the president appointed into his cabinet. So we have a minister who's from the FCT.
Okay, that's very, very good. That's very, very, very good. Okay. So most of the cabinet of FCT minister, the majority of us come from within Abuja, the original habitat, the indigenous and the aborigines. The aborigines of Abuja
okay.
Included, so that we feel that we feel included.
Right. Thank you for sharing your thoughts right there. And Hechuku in Dutse says Wike should consider the abandoned pedestrian bridge at the Dutse Alaji area, while Kebi in Kaduna Road says, I hope that pain will not be inflicted on people to life worth living for others. All right. While Owas Banex Plaza says the minister should kindly revisit the Apple Karishi Road. A lot of people are pointing to that direction, and that is because it will help ease the Yayam traffic as well. So for those who are trying to get to who who are trying to get to Kashi, Drikoyi, and the likes, Kurudu, and all of that, Karo as well, will be able to use that alternative route as opposed to always getting on the AYA stretch. Okay, that's what Owas is saying. And Emmanuel in Kuje says the minister should look at the Kuje road and make sure the road project is completed. There are a lot of criminal hideouts. He should set up a task force to chase them away or make them face law. We're still live on YouTube and Facebook now. We're focusing on abandoned projects you like to bring to the attention of the minister and that it also gets sorted out in good time. You join at Nigeria Info Abuja on YouTube and Facebook. You can call the studio lines and call WhatsApp 080-9993-0137. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Ibrahim. I'm calling from Kubwadidi.
Ibrahim.
I want to comment on the program. I wanted to look into the Pereira Bridge along the Kuba Express Road, Sarab Junction.
Okay.
Yeah, the bridge, the Pereira have been abandoned for over many years now. So I wanted to look into that. Pereira is very, very important to complete that project.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Ibrahim. Thank you for sharing your thoughts.
Yeah.
Have a good morning.
Yes. Thank you, brother.
Good morning. Welcome.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, first of all, I want to commend the steps taken by the honorable ministers to outline a line of action and trying to resuscitate or trying to bring to limelight the abandoned road project that on ground. But in particular, the one that really concerns me, that I would the minister to really give a very good look at, concerning the present reality as in the economic reality now in the country, that's the harsh economic reality, which we kind of assist the residents of the Abuja residents in terms of making life easy for them. I would like him to focus more on transportation. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
And transportation specifically, I would like him to try and complete the project that is the light project that is connecting the various satellite towns like Iyaya, Kubwa, Zuba, Suleja, all these things to ease transportation, because majority of the populace of Abuja reside in those areas. And this light rail as a metro line is completed, it is the transportation burden of most of those residents that work, that do their livelihood as engage themselves in the town, particularly civil servant and artisans.
All right.
So I would like the honorable minister to look into that matter of seriousness, very, very important.
All right.
To complete this with easy transport burdens of those residents of FCT.
All right, thank you.
Morning, Itodo.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm Ali.
Welcome, Ali.
I'm calling from Live Campground.
Go ahead.
It's very timely program, and I appreciate you guys' story.
Thank you.
A lot of people are looking well. I like to align myself with the lady who called earlier to approach this thing from bottom up. And by bottom up, I understood I mean that she should not completely neglect the urban area, but take steps to ameliorate the living condition of people in the satellite towns like Kubwa, Nyanya, Wagwa, Mpape, all those places that commute to town daily to give life to the city. Most of services in the city are provided by people who live in the satellite town, so they should not be neglected. And a particular emphasis, I like to highlight two areas. Number one, the roads are in bad shape. The minister's neighborhood, where I also live in Webcam, I don't know if you're coming to stay there. The roads are completely bad right now. There are more than a dozen estates right behind him in Cafe, up to Life Camp, up to Wadim. Those estates don't have roads anymore. the roads are done by the people who live in the area. There are no FCT presence in that area. So we did the roads ourselves, we did the lights ourselves, we did the water ourselves. So, and the last minister did not do nothing. Even when we are right behind his residence, he did not want to bother to do anything to our situation. So I like the minister to do roads, number one. Two, those buses that were bought by Bala Mohammed, I don't know if you with me.
Which buses are you referring to?
Mass transit buses, those being buses, mass transit buses.
Yes.
If they are private ventures, they will still be on the road. Nothing is wrong with them. They were just being vandalized and compromised by the corrupt officials of it. So I would appreciate the minister can take a look at them, overhaul them, fix them, and put them back on the road.
Okay.
They are not up to 10 years. These are articulated goals. They should last longer than that. They have not been nothing. Most of them don't. They are new. So the minister can, as a matter of immediate intervention, fix them.
Are you there?
You'll sit on the road, running from here to Lucia and all those places.
All right.
So I think the minister should take another look at them and fix it. Thank you much.
All right. Ali, thank you for sharing your thoughts. Are you there? Good morning. Sorry about that. If you can't do all to call back, simply send a WhatsApp message. Looking at YouTube right now, Sam Oluyemi says, I'd like to advise the minister complete the Karichi-Apo road to ease movements between the two aforementioned areas so residents will not have to go through the Abuja Kefi Expressway. That is what Sam Oluyemi is suggesting right now. Okay. And on WhatsApp, there is more to Abuja Amak. There are 6 area councils. Why do they usually focus their policies and programs mainly on the city center? The other places deserve their attention and revamping too. Look at Kuje, Gwagwala, and especially Abaji. They're terrible. Most times they look like parts of another state. If these places are worked on and properly developed, perhaps things will be better. That is what Samisa is saying. All right. And Emmanuel in Sunnyvale say minister should look at Sunnyvale Kabusa Garden Estate Road that has been abandoned for years. Good morning.
Good evening.
Yes, welcome.
My dear brother, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
This is the only call. I greet all the previous callers.
Go ahead.
My own agenda for minister. Go after the top Abuja environmental.
Adewumi, we're talking about abandoned projects, all right? Let's not deviate.
What I'm saying, I want him to tell them to go do that work. See, the AEPB DG, his job is not hard as we take it. With boys that is working there everywhere, they go after the marketers. Why can't you get those who will go after the sewages? As I'm talking to now, I'm calling from this Jabi Park side, leading to Wuye.
Yeah.
Come and see the dirty water from Jabi Garage that's coming to the road. To the extent of the road now, it's not a good road again. It had come something else that a long time there now, as I'm talking to you. So it's my own agenda for him. He should tell whoever is in charge to go and people. You know, it's not the minister that will do everything. We don't know everywhere. Like the DJ of AAPB, he knows what I'm saying. A lot of sewages inside. They are full to the capacity. The sense of the water is coming to the street. No, you are mobile. You see what I'm saying? Go to Zone 2, come to Zone 5, go to Zone 2 by white area. You will see from close to the bank, the sewage is coming to the Zone 5, Zone 5 3. So all those two of them, they should do the work now. A lot of efforts in Abuja, the last minister, we don't want to remember him again. His name should not be in the record of former minister of Abuja. He should remove his name.
Well,
like what the last one said.
Adewumi, that's not yours to decide.
A lot of practices there.
All right.
By the former minister.
All right.
You didn't build roads, blocking the road that people build by themselves. What type of a minister is that? Thank you.
All right, Adewumi, thank you for sharing your thoughts. Now, speaking about sanitation, which is something that Adewumi highlighted while he was sharing, the fact that stagnant water, when it starts flowing, it causes a bit of congestion on that stretch. The minister has concluded plans to reintroduce monthly sanitation as strategies to keep the city clean, right? There are parts of Abuja you will go to and you would marvel, like, is this the FCT or am I in a different location right now? And he had a closed meeting with contractors handling different projects in the FCT, and we might be having 2 Saturdays, which is an idea that he's gone on to brief the president on. 2 Saturdays in a month might be declared as sanitation from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Remember back in the day when we had month sanitation, some places had the first Saturday, some had the last Saturday, and for that duration, no movement. Everyone had to come out to clean various parts of their environment. Now, according to him, the move would enable companies supporting the FCT with logistics to go to the marketplaces and other public places to evacuate refuse. And for Abuja to be clean, in his words, everybody has to cooperate. On slides, he just mentioned different areas where it's important that the city also gets lit up and it's not as dark as it is right now. Sanitation, would you subscribe to 2 times, 2 days in a month, or a little bit too much for you? And should the APB just be the ones to focus on this and have other people go about their business and not have to give up 2 Saturdays in a month to achieve clean city? Let's hear from you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome.
I think cleaning.
What is your name?
Oh, my name is Aki.
Welcome, Aki.
Cleaning, I think, is refuse management. Even when the residents are ready to, are there enough refuse truck, to come and evacuate those refuse? I think that should be the main focus of the minister. The minister should be able to deploy enough work. All right? Because if people dump refuse on the road because there's no way to dump it in the first place, those are things they should focus. Then itself, you need to wait for environmental day before you clean your environment. That's the fact. If government can enforce some of these sanitation rules, God, there are rules that are guiding sanitation. So let's deploy the local government sanitary inspectors. So go from house to house. I people refuse to clean the environment. They can be found. And it's equally a means of generating revenue government. Some of these people that break rules, if you can employ sanitation people, traffic my child, I can manage people and arrest people and let them pay. Just in anywhere in the world, people have the tendency to break law. But when you are breaking law and you know that there will be sanction, then there should be warning to you that when you break it, you pay. So people will avoid break rules. So I think this are the area the minister should focus on.
All right.
If the government cannot handle it, they should make it PPP. Let the revenue collector be private people, let government pay them and collect from the residents. Good afternoon. God bless you.
Well, it's still morning, Aki, so good morning. And thank you for sharing your thoughts. Welcome.
Hello, good morning. Agabi, the
one and only. Welcome. Yes.
Gentleman Itodo.
Good morning. I'm very well. How are you?
I'm fine. This is Richie. I'm calling from Trend area.
Go ahead. Can you share your thoughts in 60 seconds?
Yeah.
Can you share your thoughts in 60 seconds? We need to go on a break shortly.
Yes, I can.
All right, go.
I support the 2 Saturdays. Let's start with it. Then when there's improvement, we can now scale it down to 1 Saturday. Then environmental stuff should be introduced, like Aki suggested. And that's the way to go. Thank you.
Right. Thank you for going to the point. Right. And Pastor Dan says the minister should attend to bad and terrible roads inside the Buhari town. It's very unfortunate that the roads in Buhari, being the headquarters of Buhari Area Council, are very terrible, even directly in front of the Area Council Secretariat. It's a shame. The minister should please help us out. Very bad roads in Buhari and no water. Beg of you, not strengthen our new minister. We're going to break right now. Still live on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja, so you can go on there and join the conversation and also watch live. To contribute, the WhatsApp is 08099393013. Send number back to get more of your thoughts and also take your reactions across our platforms.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info.